What's up, Elements family? This is Coach Justin, wanting to talk to you guys about my Zoom classes. So they're going to be very basic Zoom classes, and what I mean by that is uh, there is a certain standard that I have developed that constitutes basic from advanced to intermediate. So my classes will include the fundamental positions of guard, half guard, side control, knee on belly, mount, turtle, and back. I know that there are a lot of other positions than that, but those are the seven positions that I think that we can naturally find ourselves in that don't require special manipulations on our part to get to. So those are the seven positions that I think are important for a basic or beginner learning jujitsu to at least be able to escape from, sweep from, or counter from. So that's what my system will be. If you, there are two ways that you can approach this class. Either you just come and you take what you want, and that's the end of it, or which is the way I'm hoping that you'll approach this class, you use it and my focus in it to help develop your style. Essentially, what it boils down to is it boils down to four different types of body movement to make your opponents move or sweep them or pass their guard or whatever. Movement type number one has to do with pressure and keeping contact with your opponent. Movement type number two has to do with fluidity. Your opponent is not going to sit there and just let you do stuff, so you're actually going to move with your opponent. Number three is kind of like breathing. So you are actually trying to create controlled space between you and your opponent and then take that space away. And then number four has to do with attacks. So we have our standard, submissions and stuff, but sometimes you're in a bad position and you need to get to a better position, generally speaking. But some people are a bit more aggressive than that, so they like to attack even when they're in a bad position. And so each of those styles can be attributed to a different element. It is kind of gimmicky, but the reason why I developed this was to help people kind of cut away the stuff that they don't necessarily need. And it's not to say that at some point other moves might come back into your curriculum, into your style. But right now, it would be good if there was a guide for you to develop along a certain path. And then later on, if you wanted to add other stuff in, you have a good solid foundation for everything else. So, and just like I said, pressure would be equated to earth, fluidity would be equated to water, breathing would be equated to air, and attacks would be equated to fire. All right. So I'm going to include a Google Doc for you guys to copy. And what you're going to do on that is you're going to just every day after class, there'll be, we'll be done at 4:45. You'll have about 15 minutes to fill that out and go over what we did, counters and things like that. And you can keep a record. And then as we go, you'll start to sort of see what movements work better for you or what movements you're attracted to, and that'll help you narrow down your styles a little bit more. And we'll work together to figure those out. Again, if you want to just come to the class, that is perfectly fine. But I would like to encourage you to take the opportunity to do some reflection on your jiu-jitsu, because jiu-jitsu is not like any other martial art. It's not like karate. It's not like taekwondo. It's not like kung fu. And even within those, there are even, subtypes of those. But it's very complex. It's like chess. If you've ever played chess, you can play casually, and it'll take you your lifetime to master and be decent at. Or you can pick up a book and learn different strategies to make your chess better, and then you learn things like openings and mid games and end games and Are you going to be an aggressive player, a defensive player, and so on and so forth? And so these are the things that I'm hoping that with this curriculum that we can start to steer people towards their goals, and whether or not they want to be, you know, competitors maybe, or if you're just learning for fun, or you're learning for self-defense, you're learning to get in shape. We want you to feel like you are going somewhere, that you have a plan, and that's what I'm hoping for. So if you've made it this far, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. And I'll be talking a little bit about this more as we go through the class, but hopefully it'll come together and you guys will like it, and you guys will feel like you're getting stuff from it, and it's helping you with your jiu-jitsu game and helping you narrow your focus a little bit more. And I'm always happy to take feedback as we go. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in class.